What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris, and today it's a bit of a Robert Pattinson Batsuit update, or a possible Batsuit update, and also just touching on the recent article that was published in the New York Times about Ben Affleck, as he opens up about the reasons why he ended up leaving the Batman in general. Now, before I go any further in terms of talking about Robert Pattinson's Batsuit, there is possible spoilers ahead. So just a warning for anyone that doesn't want this suit spoiled anymore. Again, this is something you should definitely take with a grain of salt, as I am doing. It may be true, it may not be true. If it is, it sounds really cool. If not, someone's a really good writer. Who am I kidding? It probably isn't true. So I have something to read to you guys and something to show you guys. And like I said, after that, I'm going to touch on the New York Times article about Ben Affleck. And to me, it's kind of like closure for Mr. Affleck no longer playing the Batman. So on the DCEU Leaks subreddit, someone posted the following. Again, possible spoilers if it's true. If not, well then, I'm an idiot. We're currently working at the Cardington Sheds in Bedfordshire in Shed 1. So those are the two massive hangars that are usually decked out for film sets. I actually think Batman Begins was filmed there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's where they set up Gotham for the Nolan film. We finished building a huge cathedral set in there just a bit ago and have begun filming inside. So recently, Matt Reeves revealed the Batsuit. We just started filming with it recently. It looks very cool in person and Robert looks great. What I know from filming in the current cathedral set piece, we're almost done here, filming is moving to Glasgow in less than a week, is that the suit gets destroyed very early on. I think it's due to a villain, but I couldn't tell. It's Batman's prototype suit, and once it gets destroyed, he makes a new one. I haven't seen it in action, but I saw a few pictures taken by someone who was putting it together. It's extremely similar to Spider-Man's shield suit from the Far From Home movie last year. The material is very similar, being sort of a tactical padded fabric material. There's way less straps and extra details on the Batsuit compared to the Spider-Man suit, but the material and look is very similar. It's grey with full black gloves extending to his forearms and black boots. The symbol is no longer metal and lacking ears. It's a more classic version of the symbol on the first suit in the film. The cowl is made of a higher quality material than the leather of the first cowl. The ears are medium to long length and the mouth opening is much smaller. He no longer has the collar. I think he might have had white eyes too. The utility belt is a bronze gold faded color, and it's more pouched than futuristic metal type belt of the Nolan film. There you have it. This Batman will have multiple suits throughout the films. So that's something very interesting right there. I really hope it is true. And like a lot of us touched on when the first initial test footage came out of Pattinson in the Batsuit, we probably speculated and assumed that this is not going to be his only suit in the film. It looks very much like a raw prototype suit, something he's kit bashed together and still working on and upgrading himself and Alfred for that matter. So look, I really do hope this is true. Again, taking each and every day we get a Pattinson Batsuit update or the Batman update in general, taking it all with a grain of salt. Next up, we have a leaked photo from a trailer, a Star Wagon on the set of the Batman, and it actually features the shoulder pad of the Batsuit that we saw from that test footage. So if we have a look, there is the Batsuit there, and if you can see behind it, there's like a square structure going on with curtains around it, so I'm assuming that is what they use when they dress Robert Pattinson up in the suit to avoid stuff like this happening. Obviously, that trailer must be empty for someone to have the balls to snap that photo. But it's cool to kind of see the shoulder pad just from a different angle, and looking at it, let's face facts, it looks very much like hockey pads. Again, take what you want from a Geeks and Geekettes. I just am very excited. We got a new Batman, so I want to talk about it. You know, every time there's going to be a Batsuit update, whether it be legit or, you know, rumors, stuff like that, I want to talk about it because I like starting the conversation, and it's just really amping up the hype for the Batman next year. It's a good time to be alive. Now, lastly, this video kind of ends on a somber note because it's about our boy Ben Affleck. So, like I said, the New York Times recently published an article. It was written by Brooks Barnes, and it was interviewing Ben, and he was very candid, very upfront, very raw, and quite vulnerable, to be honest, in this interview, and it was kind of an eye-opener. Because his new film that he has coming out called The Way Back, it revolves around a recovering alcoholic, and obviously so is Affleck. I think he's just come out of his third or fourth stint in rehab, and he actually touched on about the fiasco that was Justice League and then the Batman. So apparently his experience on Justice League had sapped his interest. It goes on to say Affleck never seemed to enjoy his time as Batman. His sullen demeanor while promoting Batman v Superman in 2016 resulted in the hit meme Sad Affleck. Affleck then goes on to say, I showed somebody the Batman script, and Affleck recalled, they said, I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through what you just went through again. That makes me so sad. Because I remember when Ben Affleck was promoting Live by Night and doing the press junket, and everyone just kept asking about the Batman. And all this man wanted to do is promote his film that he's proud of. Yeah, it has nothing to do with Batman, but everyone just was hounding him for it. And I can understand where he's coming from with the pressure and whatnot, but obviously Justice League was the breaking point for him. And then of course he was at one point directing, starring, producing, writing the Batman. You know, that's a big undertaking. He then stepped back from directing and he said, I'm still going to produce and also play Batman, but I'm going to have Matt Reeves step in and direct the film. And then finally, Ben Affleck just finally left the project altogether. And it was a pretty sad day for majority of Batman fans, because as bad as some of Affleck's movies are, he was a great Batman. And obviously some people have different opinions about that, and that's totally fine, totally respect that. We all have our favorite Batman. Again, why do you think I have that big ass statue in the corner? Because that's my Batman. But looking at the photos from this interview with the New York Times, he looks jacked. He looks healthy. He's obviously sober, and he just looks like he's in a better headspace. So as bad as it is, we're probably never going to see him don the cape or cowl ever again. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy he's healthy. I'm happy he's in a better place. And I'm actually really keen to see The Way Back, the movie that he's promoting and the reason why this article came out. So I'm glad that he kind of touched on that and was quite vulnerable, because us fans really just never got closure on what happened with the Batman and him playing Batman and what the future was of him playing Batman. So I did say this video does end on a somber note with that, but from what I can see, the man looks healthy, happy. So here's to that. So guys, I know this is a very random and sporadic video. I want to keep doing more videos like this. I kind of just like opening and starting the conversation and just geeking out over updates with the Batman, and of course, you know, this little bit of information and closure on Ben Affleck no longer playing Batman. Like I said, we've all just got to take each and every bit of information, if it's not legit or official, with a grain of salt. So I would like to think that that bit of information from the subreddit is true. Again, someone just might be a really damn good writer. The internet's a fucked up place. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. The weekend is here. Whatever you guys are up to, please have an absolute cracker of a weekend. I hope you're well. Hope you're happy. Be merry, be silly. And until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.